That wasn't her toe, dude.
Whose toe was it, Walter?
The fuck should I know? I do know that nothing about it indicates
Man,
it
the
was
nail polish, Walter.
Fine, dude. As if it's impossible to get some nail polish, apply it to someone else's toe.
Someone else? Where the fuck are they gonna
You want
get...
a toe? I can get you a toe. Believe me. There are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but Walter...
Hell, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish. It's fucking amateur.
Walter...
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. My name is Chase. Adam's dog.
Oh, hey, Chase.
Trading places.
My name is Matt Vieira. Here with me is...
Adam Bernardino.
And Sean, last build.
All right, welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. In fact, this is the 20th episode of the Make Movies Great Again. So it's the 20th official episode, like regular Monday episode. You know, we also have our movie club.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. So there's also that. So, if you want, go on iTunes, leave us a review, congratulate us on our 20th episode. It's a pretty big deal. So today we're going to do something a little special. We're going to go back in time 20 years, because I think that's like, 20th anniversary, you go back in time 20 years.
I think it only makes sense.
It only makes sense. So we're going to talk about movies later on in the show that came out in 1997.
We were 9.
9 years. Were we 9? Is that the math? Yeah? Holy shit!
Well, depending on the month.
You were.
I was 8 or 9.
Yeah, we were. I think Adam and I were 8. Definitely 8.
Wild.
All right, so let's talk about Movie Club quick. This week we watched El Dorado. We're going to talk about El Dorado in a separate episode right after this one. So if you're listening to this, that one is already up. And next week's movie is Young Frankenstein. The Mel Brooks classic, Young Frankenstein. It's on Netflix, which is a hidden treasure, because I did not know that was on Netflix until I was doing a little research. So I'll read the synopsis if you don't already know what Young Frankenstein is about. An American grandson of the infamous scientist, struggling to prove that he is not as insane as people believe, is invited to Transylvania, where he discovers the process that reanimates a dead body.
So I've seen this movie before. I never would have wrote that down as the synopsis.
Yeah, that's totally not what it is.
That's like a bad movie description.
That is a bad movie description.
I've never seen this.
That's amazing.
I've seen it full through a few times, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm excited to get back on. I'm also excited to talk about it, because I don't think I've ever really talked about it with anybody. So.
And when I say that's amazing, Adam, I don't mean like, oh my God, you idiot. Why haven't you seen that? Which I do mean usually. But this time around, I mean, good for you. You're going to have a great time.
You're going to be able to watch it for the first time.
It's one of those things where you just wish you could forget it and rewatch it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, man, I'm psyched.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy it. So that's it. So it's Young Frankenstein for Movie Club next week. So it's not technically next week, because we have a holiday coming up. We're going to be talking about Young Frankenstein on July 10th, which is technically 2 Mondays from now. So you have all that time to watch it. If you want to get on our mailing list for Movie Club, so you don't miss any movies, you can go to bit.ly/join movie club, and you can get on our mailing list. We put out a little video and synopsis and trailer, and also Adam makes a cool little graphic to go along with the movie. So we're going to be putting that out. You probably won't, if you listen to this, you probably won't get on this one, but get on it, and then you'll get on for the next Movie Club. So let's get right into it, boys and girls.
Perfect.
Sean has something to tell us.
So, all right. I spoke to this person that I know. I've known him for probably 5 years now, but we never really got into any kind of conversation past, hey, how's it going? But we started talking about movies this last week, and I know it's a recurring theme in our show that we don't really like trailers that give away spoilers.
Yes.
Right? You would agree, Adam?
Absolutely.
But we still like trailers, right?
We do.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What else would I talk about?
Right. This guy does not see anything about a movie before he goes to the show. I mean, nothing. He doesn't know the title for some of the movies.
Oh my god!
Wait, so what? Does he go to the theater and be like, dealer's choice?
So not
Does he
quite.
know
So,
they're coming out.
huh?
Like, does he know Justice League is coming out in November?
So like he has an yes. He doesn't know. All he would know about this movie is that there is a movie with the words Justice League in the title, and he has seen the movies prior to it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know if it's like Justice League, Rise of whatever.
But now in this situation, he knows Justice League is a thing.
movie,
I mean, he
yes.
knows that Justice League
So,
is Superman, it's Batman, it's Wonder Woman.
Sure.
Okay.
So there's a few things about him. First of all, he typically takes suggestions from a good friend of his.
Okay.
Who knows his style.
So he keeps everything on the DL.
That's how he finds movies that he that like wouldn't have heard about.
Okay.
But for things like Star Wars, he didn't know it was like he just knew the last movie was Star Wars, not Star Wars Rogue One.
What?
Not Star Wars Rogue One, Star Wars.
That's a crazy way to live.
It's crazy. And he doesn't watch trailers. He doesn't seek them out, of course, but he also like either leaves the theater for trailers and gets a text to come back in when they're done, or he'll close his eyes and like rub his ears and go la 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 la.
That's
so
crazy.
like the entire time, which is just annoying for the people next to him. But he's lost multiple friends over this because they've come in and like they know he likes to do this and ruins a movie for him.
Yeah.
So they'll come in and say, blah, blah, blah. He said he's like spit salad in people's face because they were about to ruin something. Like he's so intense.
That's
with it.
aggressive.
Yeah, but interesting enough, one of the first movies he recalls doing this for is Star Wars: Phantom Menace.
Really? So back in '99?
Yeah, he had no idea it was called Phantom Menace.
He just knew that a new
It was
Star Wars was coming
He knew
out.
New Star Wars coming
Did
out.
he know it was a prequel?
I think he tried to not know as little as possible. But what was interesting about his experience with that movie was he said in other movies he gets like a completely different take on the movie than other people. So like when he walked in and he saw Darth Maul like with double bladed lightsaber, that blew his mind because he didn't see it in the trailer.
Yeah.
He was like, he had like a genuine reaction in the theater. He was like, "Whoa, it's awesome!" And everybody else was like, "Oh yeah, okay, we saw that.
We saw that,
We knew that was gonna come." And he's like, and it was also way easier for him to ignore Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
Because
he doesn't have like the. Well, so now here's my next question. So clearly he doesn't follow news at all.
Does he go on the internet?
That's what that. Yeah.
okay, so
exactly.
he says it is tough. Like he goes, there have been spells where he's been so devoted he has to leave social media completely.
Oh, so he's on social media and he still does this? That is dedication.
He's IT, technology. He's everything.
I can't believe that.
He goes out of his way. He knows how to block things off of his like browser history or browser not history.
It would be interesting to try and do that. For one, I don't think I could. Not that I don't think I have the willpower to do it, because I think that I could for some movies. But like I don't think I could, just because I'm so exposed to all that shit. Because I'm so tapped into.
Well,
like,
you're into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just doesn't. It's a point of his not to. He doesn't even know release dates. Like he just gets an idea. Maybe he knows what month, and then like when it gets closer, he'll know it's out or something, and he'll go see it. It's like
that's wild. That's
I
wild.
just similar for Anchorman 2.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any trailers because I didn't want to ruin it for myself.
Yeah.
And even like I didn't see it in theaters, and so I saw it at a friend's house when it came out, not when it was on DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool, but I can't imagine doing it for something like Star Wars.
That's crazy. I mean, we already can't because we know it's called Last Jedi, but I'd love to give it a shot. Maybe the next Star Wars.
I would genuinely like being in the theater not knowing what's coming. Like, I think I would genuinely enjoy that. Yeah. But I just know myself. Like, right now, I go online every day and search to see if I can find anything new about the Flash movie.
Yeah,
Like now, that's 2020. Like, I need to know now what the Flash movie's going to be about.
That's part of your experience of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a part, and he doesn't want that to be his experience. But, I mean, I agree with you. I click on the Star Wars articles that come out. And I'm like, this just happened.
It does to a certain point. I think it ruins movies to a point. But I think we play the middle of the road. Like, I'm not like...
Yeah. And like,
I don't know.
I don't really care about, honestly.
Like, I don't want to look up spoilers. Like, I'm not that person.
I say, yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. I was like, I don't go out of my way to look up legit spoilers, but I'll,
Yeah.
I'll be interested in what's going on. But what I will say is, for Star Wars movie, I don't really care because I go to that movie for a completely different reason than to be surprised. Or
Sure.
like, I mean, okay, Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber would be awesome to be a huge surprise. Or like you guys always talk about that scene in The Thing. I'm sorry,
well,
Alien. What? Or no, Alien when they burst out of the chest.
Oh yeah.
That's like amazing. The first time you see it, you don't know what's coming. But like for example, this movie Wind River.
I heard of it.
Huh?
I heard of it.
Yeah, it was the Jeremy Renner.
Oh right. Yeah. Right.
I watched a minute and a half of the trailer and I shut it off. Like, but it was enough
yeah,
for
right,
me.
that's right,
like,
yeah.
that movie looks like there's something I don't want to know about going into that movie.
And I feel like you could probably avoid a lot of things leading up to that type of movie.
So
it's not a blockbuster like some of these other movies.
Right. So.
Well, hats off to your friend. That's wild. I don't get it, but I do applaud it.
Yeah.
I do to
Very,
some point.
very impressive. I don't know if I could live my life like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyways.
Sean, do you have a new segment?
Yeah, and I don't have a.
Can I do it?
Yes.
Guess that tagline.
Awesome. Did we leave enough room between so you to pull that out?
I hope not, because I never want to hear that again.
Adam, take a shot at it. Just kidding. All right, here we go.
Do it.
Go ahead, do it.
Do it.
No, I'm not doing it now.
No, come on, do it.
You have to do it now.
Guess that tagline.
I was hoping it was going to be your clown voice. Do it in your clown voice.
What clown voice?
The clown voice you did in that short movie we did over the summer. Hi, kids.
Oh yeah. Guess that tagline. That had a southern twang to
That
it.
might, yeah, it did. That might be the one. All right, guys, this is the toughest game we've ever played.
I'll see that. I'll see.
I'm your good friend, but I have zero confidence in either of you getting any of these.
We got this, Adam.
I'm with you.
Just a little shit talk. All right, you ready? I'm gonna start you off easy,
Okay.
so you'll get this one. In space, no one can hear you scream. Oh, the rules. You gotta guess the movie. I say the tagline.
Okay.
Good radio. In space, no one can hear you scream.
Alien.
Alien.
All right, that's number one. Number two, Houston, we have a problem.
Apollo 13.
Adam.
Armageddon.
No. Apollo 13.
Yeah, it's Apollo 13.
So yeah, okay. You ready? Earth. It was fun while it lasted.
Independence Day.
Deep Impact.
Armageddon.
Oh, is it really?
I can't believe you said Armageddon the last one, Adam.
Oh,
no.
no.
Deep Impact was a good one. All right,
I have something to say about Deep Impact later, actually.
you ready for this one?
Yeah.
The mission is a man.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. No, not Mrs. Doubtfire. It's
The Martian.
The Martian.
The mission is a man.
The mission is a man. Damn, these are hard.
Yeah.
Wait, Adam, you said The Martian? Is The Martian?
Yeah, I know that's not it now. I know that.
Why?
I don't know, because you didn't say it was.
I'm waiting for Adam.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Matt to guess.
I'm gonna go with Adam too. I think I'm gonna go with The Martian.
Okay, I can't believe you guys guessed that. That's so close. Saving Private Ryan.
Shit! Wow.
How funny is that?
Yeah, Matt Damon.
They go back to save a man. The
Yeah.
man's Matt Damon.
Yeah,
That's wild.
That's actually kind of crazy.
I
Matt
can't-
Damon loves these roles.
I can't believe you guessed that. That was an awesome guess.
Matt Damon loves playing the what's the opposite of damsel in distress? Can he still be a damsel if he's a guy?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
Damsel
a
in-
demon in distress.
Damon in distress.
Damon in
Wow.
That's it. That's
That's
a new subgenre of movies.
That's
It's called Damon in Distress.
All right, two more for you. This one's going to be a tough one. The true story of a real fake.
Oh, Catch Me If You Can.
Adam?
True story. Real fake. I don't know. Tropic Thunder.
That sounds like a good guess. But no, Catch Me If You Can.
Is it?
Yeah, nice. That's a good one.
All right.
All right, here's a hint. Matt, I'm going to be so mad if you don't get this one.
Okay.
All right? You ready, Adam?
Yep.
Yep.
If at first you don't succeed, lower your standards.
Shallow Hal. No, wait, hold on.
Adam? That's a good
Oh,
guess.
that's too quick. That's too quick.
Well, first you have to see lower your standards. Ooh.
I know this. I see it on the poster. I see it. At first you don't succeed, lower your standards. Shit. I'm sticking with Shallow Hal.
Adam?
I can't think of anything, so I'm gonna piggyback on Shallow Hal.
Tommy Boy.
Oh, motherfucker.
Whoa!
Wow, that sucks for me. I fucking love that movie. At first, you don't... Really? That's the tagline?
Yeah, I guess. It has to be a quote in the movie, right?
No.
No,
I don't-
it doesn't have to be, but it's not a quote in the movie? I figured it was. For real?
So?
Yeah, no, that's not a quote in the
See,
movie.
so then I don't get it. But I was like, that's it? I was like, that's a tough one.
Yeah, and that doesn't even... I mean, I guess it makes sense for the story. Like, Tommy's dad dies, who's the good salesman, and then Tommy goes out and sells... I don't know. But, I mean, obviously, it is the tagline, but I don't think I would...
Yeah.
You know what?
So you got 3 out of 6.
50%.
That's pretty good.
Hey, 50% from the field.
I
Not
thought that
bad.
was a really tough...
Those are really... Taglines are tough. I like this. We got to do this again. In
I got a
couple
whole
weeks.
list of them.
All right, cool. This week we do have a trailer of the week. So let's trailer of the week. It's The Foreigner with Pierce Brosnan and
Ooh.
returning from retirement, I guess, Jackie Chan. Right? Wasn't he retired?
I don't know.
So-
Actors don't retire.
So this movie actually filmed like almost 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
It was filmed almost 2 years ago, and this trailer debuted at some so this is the director from Casino Royale did this movie.
Yep.
This trailer debuted a year ago at some like small film festival as a sizzle trailer for this guy's like next movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that I don't know, like now a year later, the theatrical trailer and it's coming soon. It doesn't have a release date yet.
Did it have issues in production?
I don't know. I think it was just one of those movies that maybe it like had to do like expensive reshoots and they needed to find more money along the way or something like that.
Right.
I mean, something to that effect. I mean, I follow Pierce Brosnan pretty closely on Instagram these days.
Oh, he's a must follow on
He's
Instagram.
must follow.
Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, he's
I-
a must.
Oh, yeah.
I follow him too.
Yeah. What, Adam?
I said he's always doing something cool.
Oh, it's something so cool. Last week he was on some giant sailboat, and he wasn't just on the sailboat; he was sailing it. Like he was at the helm the entire time.
Wow.
So, but so anyway, I follow him closely on Instagram, and his hairstyle is not. He hasn't had that type of hairstyle.
Yeah.
In like a year.
Wait, did you do some like Sherlock Holmes shit and figure out how long it's been since they shot?
Well, I did. I mean, I didn't measure his hair, and then I know a half inch every month or whatever.
Oh,
like
okay.
that. But
All right.
but I noticed that his hair in the movie is not too much doctored from what he is in normal life. It's like it's kind of salt and pepper, very debonair.
I think it's the funniest thing when people see celebrities and they freak out about what hair they have.
Oh yeah, well that's a big thing with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, with Kit Harington.
Yeah.
I saw Sophie Turner. It was like Sophie Turner with a darker shade of red hair. It's like,
She's dead.
It could just be
She's
like
gonna die.
maybe it was
they
that night. I don't know.
in an hour, right?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So
You know,
anyways,
are a hair extension?
Yeah, right. It's the funniest thing.
so Shaw, when I showed you this trailer earlier, I said it was like law-abiding citizen had that same flow to it, and then you completed that, and you said it's kind of like Taken,
Yeah.
Taken and law-abiding
Law-abiding,
citizen, which
yeah.
makes total sense.
Which
Except-
I like Taken. I wasn't a big fan of Law Abiding Citizen.
Really? Oh man, I loved law. I felt I had such a justice boner during that
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
fucking movie.
It's
I
a cool
wanted, I
concept.
wanted everybody to die. Everybody. Adam, you saw that, right?
No, I never seen it.
Oh, man, it's a
throw
good
it on
one.
the list.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. So
I'm a big Jamie Foxx guy too. I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
yeah, that's a good Jamie Foxx movie.
I forgot he was even in that.
That's a good Jamie Foxx movie.
That was a good. Yeah, I think I liked it. Changed my mind.
All right, so check out that trailer if you like Pierce Brosnan. Obviously, you must, and also Jackie Chan, two Hollywood juggernauts. Let's get into movie news.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
So, remember how we were talking about Joss Whedon taking over for the Justice League movie? Mm-hmm. And how he said, it's just post-production. He's just, he's just continuing to, helming the ship while Zack Snyder is gone, making sure. Well, apparently they're doing some pretty hefty reshoots.
Really?
All right, so a lot of people are saying it's Joss Whedon making the changes. I don't think that's true. I think that this is a Wonder Woman doing. I think this is because of Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot. That's what I think.
Gadot.
Gadot. However you say it. I'm saying it like Adam now. Gadot.
That's interesting. Like Wonder Woman comes out is a huge success. They want to kind of emulate.
Capitalize, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that. I think they did something similar with Future Past with Jennifer Lawrence, because Jennifer Lawrence blew up that year, and then she became a the featured actress in X-Men: Days of Future Past. Like the whole movie was about her and Wolverine.
Yes. Yep. You're right.
I see.
So I'm interested. So we didn't think that Joss Whedon would be shaping the DC extended universe this soon, because we know he's working on the Batgirl movie. So we knew he was going to be thrown in there eventually. But now we have Joss Whedon, he's doing helming some pretty significant reshoots now, expensive reshoots for this movie that's coming out in a few months.
Do you think it's more Wonder Woman?
I definitely think it's more Wonder Woman. I didn't think Joss Whedon would touch it at all, honestly. Him and Zack Snyder are pretty tight, and I think that he would understand where Snyder was going with it. And I think even if he didn't, I think he would make the movie Snyder wanted to make.
Yeah.
I think this is a studio. I think this is a top-down change.
Which is funny because you see that a couple weeks ago. I meant to bring it up on a podcast. Joss Whedon's script for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it got torn apart.
Torn apart on Twitter. Did you see that, Adam?
I saw it, but I didn't read it.
Oh, I read through it. It was so interesting.
It's interesting because it was very it's very classic, like what everybody would call like a sexist, like those scenes that they pulled out were like
was crazy,
describing her body and like the way she moved and the way she looked in her costume and everything.
Or like imagine a bunch of women on an island who've never seen a man saying "be a man."
Yeah.
Be a man about it.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah,
like it's not even like forget the sexist.
Yeah.
That's just a weird. That's
Yeah.
not.
No, it was tone deaf.
I also don't know if, I mean, was that verified? It was Josh. I didn't do any.
I don't know. I think that because nothing was said about it, I think that's verification enough.
Yeah.
You know, if they came out and been like, no, that's not like
Sure.
some weird person that wrote that.
Yeah.
No. I know that people were kind of weirded out by how like the tone of it as well. But like I was saying, like the description of Wonder Woman, it like comes off just like a Fast and Furious movie. It's like shots of the ass and then the car, and then, you know what I mean? Like shots.
Oh, are we sure we don't want to see this? Version?
It just wouldn't have been as good, and some of it wasn't even about that. It was just, and I'm not a script writer, but like I was reading this, I was like, this is like boring.
Yeah.
Or like I said, I can't. I wish I had it all set up here.
This is a poor sample size to look at like scripts because we don't know how early on this was in the draft.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Also, we don't know. I mean, people who write their own stuff, especially guys like Joss Whedon, who's really known to be a director first rather than a writer. I gotta imagine this goes through like multiple script doctor hands and like really gets tuned up before it goes to shooting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that going. I don't think he's like a horrible guy or anything.
But I still think it's funny that it leaked amongst the super success of Patty Jenkins in Wonder Woman. Just like it's so funny that it leaked.
And so anyways, the connection I wanted to make was if he's adding more Wonder Woman, what are the scenes going to look like? I'm sure they're going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. But
yeah, I think they add more Wonder Woman. I think maybe some tone of the tone of some of the scenes change. Sure. I think maybe some coloration changes because people were making jokes that this is the first time the sun has been out in a DC movie in the Wonder Woman movie. So I think that's really funny. So that's that.
I have a question for you.
Ask me.
I haven't seen it in any of the DC comics that I've read, but do Batman and Wonder Woman ever get together? Because I kind of need it to happen.
I don't think so. Not in anything that I've read.
Right.
I also don't know about anything else. I'm sure there's some iteration where something like that happens.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Even if for like one of those like maybe for like a short like 3-story arc, they're like they're testing out their relationship together, and then ultimately it doesn't work.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, I probably not, but I was just thinking about it because I felt there was a little bit of tension there in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know I'm with you on that. I think that's just one of those things that Hollywood movies do now is like has to have a connection to a significant a love interest.
Yeah.
Although,
I don't need a love interest in.
What movie did we just
Arthur.
praise for? Oh yeah, King Arthur.
There was no love. I don't need it in this movie.
No, don't need it.
No.
But I wouldn't mind reading a comic like that, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading a comic like that. I don't know if it's gonna be on the big screen, but I wouldn't mind reading a comic like that.
I mean, Batman doesn't really have a steady girlfriend anyway. So
No. Well, yeah. No, can't happen. Can't happen. Let's stick with the superhero theme here for the next few. Spider-Man, Tom Holland is not in the Hardyverse. You like that? I coined the term.
I like it. You made that up?
Yeah, just off the top. I'm sure someone else said that, but I'm taking credit right now. So you hear that?
Yeah.
Everybody, get off my IP.
So hold on. Holland is not in it.
Holland's not in it. No.
Doesn't mean there's no Spider-Man.
I will be very surprised if they put a different Spider-Man in the Sony Venom movies. That's not another one that's not Tom Holland.
So you're saying there will be no Spider-Man.
There will be no Spider-Man in the Venomverse.
All that's been confirmed right now is that Holland is not in this movie.
Here we go.
Okay.
No, but do you see what I'm saying?
Well, no. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, what happened was that. Remember that interview we were talking about last week between Pascal and Feig, Kevin Feige, and I think it's Amy Pascal.
Yeah.
Head of Sony, head of Marvel. They came to an agreement that Venom was going to be in the Marvel universe. But there wasn't a lot of details, so obviously the speculation machine at Make Movies Great Again got rolling, and we figured that, and then there was no denying it. They said that maybe, Tom Holland would be in it. Maybe Venom would live on his own, but he would be in the MCU, and there would be some reference to, like, Infinity War or whatever. But, come to find out, it's not true. It's technically in the Marvel universe, but it's not going to make direct connections to any of the movies in the MCU right now.
Oh, okay.
So, and they said, so Kevin Feige said, when asked if there's a chance that Tom Holland could show up as Spider-Man in this Venom movie, in this specific Venom movie, he said, it's possible. I'm not going to say no. Like, I'll never say no, something like that.
Right.
But also, he stopped the interviewer and said, just like if you were to ask me if Superman would show up in the MCU, I would say never say never. Like, or he would say the same thing.
Oh,
so it's like really,
yeah.
so he's trying to like make it really, it's far fetched. It's
Yeah.
going to be far fetched for this to happen.
I got you.
Which brings me to my next point. Now we know. I mean, pretty much we know that there's going to be no Spider-Man with Venom. How do we feel about this? We know for sure now.
I'm pretty butthurt about it.
What about you, Sean?
So we know there's no Spider-Man with
We
Venom.
know Tom Holland is not going to be at least with Tom Hardy in this Venom movie, there will be no Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I don't like it. I don't think. I mean, we were talking about it last week. It kind of it just feels so natural to have Spider-Man with
Venom, right? It does. I mean, it totally does. When I was saying before that I think Venom can live on his own, I was hoping for at least some assistance of Spider-Man or something in it. Now that I know that there's nothing, I don't know how I feel about it. I still think that they're gonna. I mean, I can't say I don't know if they're gonna do good because this is the first time that Venom's really. I mean, besides Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, but I don't know.
Is Venom an interesting character on his own? I mean,
I don't really. I mean, I played Venom in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
From when we were kids, was always like a semi-interesting character. I read a Venom comic book that's not bad, but Spider-Man's in it.
Yeah, but like, is he? But okay.
They're-
Who's the Venom? What's the character's name?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. Is Eddie Brock on a like? Does he have an agenda? Or is it like he got infected with the symbiote and he's an asshole now?
I don't know. I think these are the questions that I think that they're going to answer in the coming months with like maybe when the script gets more flushed out, maybe when they like release some more information about the story. But right now, I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they could have very different takes on Venom than we've seen before. He could be a character like a Frank Castle, where he's like a vigilante.
Okay, so that's like where I'm going. Like, is it an interesting character like that, where it's like vengeance?
I don't think we'll know until we see the movie, or until we start seeing trailers.
Or a trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we'll know if this Venom is one we want to see.
Right.
Sticking with Spider-Man, today, just recently, like a few hours before we recorded this. Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau confirmed that Spider-Man, the same Spider-Man, not actually Tom Holland, but Spider-Man, that same Spider-Man that's in the Marvel movies now, was in Iron Man 2 as a little Easter egg.
So if it's not Holland,
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter really who it is. It's just supposed because if you remember the scene where they're fighting at Stark Labs,
yeah.
and they're fighting the Hammer drones, and a little kid steps in front of the Hammer drone with an Iron Man mask on. That's Peter Parker.
I got
Interesting.
You. Oh,
Yeah.
he's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so he's Peter Parker, and it was written in like that as just like an Easter egg just for the writer. Just for the person who wrote it. I don't know if
Okay,
Favreau
so hold on. There is nothing. It's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed.
It's a thing. But there's nothing to get out of it. I mean, just literally the writer.
I could see this.
The writer said that child, the name of that character was Peter Parker.
And that's it.
But he was uncasted.
How is that an Easter egg?
It's an Easter egg because they're telling us it's an Easter egg.
Because
Sure.
nobody's gonna look for that and be like, oh, it must be Peter Parker.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I have a conspiracy theory. Here's my conspiracy theory. I think they're doing something in the Infinity War movies to link back to that movie. And I think that they're going to use that scene as a clip to be like Peter Parker goes up to Iron Man. Because if you remember correctly, Iron Man is not really good with himself right now in the Marvel Universe. He's not he's very shaken up from New York and all that shit. I think it's going to be because Iron Man reaches out to Peter Parker in Homecoming and helps him. I think this is going to be the reverse. There's other people with you, Tony. We're here to help you. Do you and then maybe there'll be a flashback of him.
Peter Parker saying, "You inspired me.
Exactly.
I was there when this happened."
Exactly. And then they're gonna throw that in there.
They're killing his parents.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So right there, they're gonna put that in there.
And they're like, "I went from your lab to another lab, and I got bit by a spider." And they show that again, and everybody gets bored, and they walk out of the theater.
And then they splice in a shot of Andrew Garfield, and they're like, "Hold on a second, wait, hold on a second, hold the phone." Yeah. So that's my little. I think that's gonna be.
Okay.
So.
Well, hey, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first, is right, folks. Adam, you got anything else to say about Spider-Man?
No, I just I'm a little upset about Spider-Man not showing up in the Venom movie, but I think they'll make it work somehow, some way in the future.
I agree.
There's too much money in it for it not to work.
But I think I stick by that. I don't think we're going to see Spider-Man in this Venom movie. I think it's going to have to be something after.
Yeah.
Yep.
It could be like a reference, but Tom Holland won't be in it.
Yep. Yeah. Probably.
Bonus tidbit of movie news,
Okay.
and I just thought this was kind of funny.
Okay.
Tom Holland wants Spider-Man and Ant-Man to be boys.
Oh, I heard this thing. They want to be called the
Insect Bros or something.
Yeah, the Bug Bros.
The Bug Bros.
The Bug Bros. That
Need
would
it.
be sick.
They become best friends.
Yeah, I need Ant-Man 3 Bug Bros.
Bug Bros.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Bug
Yeah,
Bros.
I need that. I need it so much.
That'd be awesome.
They're probably gonna have some cool scenes together because how Tom Holland wrangled up.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of
Ant-Man.
fought each other. Yeah.
They had a little spot in that big battle in Civil War. So
Plus, Spider-Man's character and the way Paul Rudd is.
yes.
Paul Rudd could.
Love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Can't get enough Paul Rudd.
Hilarious. Anyways.
All right, let's get into a new segment. It's technically part of movie news, but we're going to get into a new segment. It's called Is This Good or Bad?
Is this good or bad?
And finally, that transition has a better... It had a good home before, but this is the better home.
This is a good home. Yeah.
So, is this good or bad? Lord and Miller were fired from the untitled Han Solo movie. Sean, is this good or bad?
Okay.
Before we talk about who replaced them,
Okay, see, that's my problem.
is this good or bad?
Bad.
Okay, it's bad. I'm also saying it's bad. Adam, is this good or bad?
I say it's bad.
Okay. Now, they hire Ron Howard to replace them. Sean, is this good or bad?
That's good.
Adam, is this good or bad?
Bad.
I say it's good. Adam, why do you say it's bad?
Because they should have hired you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I honestly think I was the first person to call it out on Twitter and be like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm available."
Put your resume in.
No, I'm joking. I think it was good. I mean, he's done a lot of big budget movies, and I feel like he's just gonna be. He's a babysitter at this point. It's this
Thank you.
monstrous production.
Yeah.
Fucking Han Solo.
There's
And
no,
he's just there.
continue.
He's just there. You know, he's the one everybody reports back to.
Yeah, there's
He collects
only
everybody's time sheets at the end of the day.
collect timesheets.
Yeah.
There's only people are like, why Ron Howard, and then they start thinking about all the movies Ron Howard's attached to, like Willow and whatever the new F1 movie was. I forget what it was that people didn't really like, and then also In the Heart of the Sea, which didn't really get good reviews. But like Adam was saying, there's only maybe like 10 or 15 directors in Hollywood that can handle a movie to this like extent, like this caliber, this much money involved in a movie.
Yeah.
Ron Howard's one of those guys. I'm sure there's not these guys that make these big budget movies are just like, out and about with no jobs. Josh Whedon right now is patching up Justice League, and James Cameron's working on Avatar 15, and you know what I mean? Like we get all those guys are all tied up right now.
Yeah.
So to get Ron Howard in there is a good move.
I mean, they were bringing up Willow. Okay, how about
it's attached to Lucasfilms? Well,
okay.
they were actually saying Willow was a good thing because it was attached to Lucasfilms.
Okay, but what about Ron Howard, Apollo 13?
Sure. Yeah.
Director. Ed TV, which is also a funny movie.
Ed TV's a good movie.
Beautiful Mind.
Yep.
Cinderella Man.
Arrested Development.
Frost Nixon. The narrator in Arrested Development. Probably my favorite. He's hilarious in that. I don't know why.
So I think this is a good. Overall, I say this is a very good thing.
I think it's good. It's not bad.
Listen, Tony Gilroy was brought in to do reshoots for Rogue One. A lot of reshoots.
Yeah.
Everybody was shitting their pants. We're going to use this once an episode now, shitting their pants. Everybody was shitting their pants when the news came out that they had to do big reshoots of Rogue One. The difference between that and this is Gareth Edwards, the director of Rogue One, was not fired during these reshoots. He was just there, doing things as well. Lord Miller being fired is kind of shocking, but Kathleen Kennedy does not make these decisions, just like in the wind.
On a whim, yeah.
This is something that she had to make for the good of the movie. They're already well into shooting, so they need someone to finish up the movie. Apparently, one of the reasons was that Lord and Miller are a little too fast and loose with like doing, allowing improv, and so they didn't really like that. They kind of wanted to stick to the script and the story. So, which and I forget his name, but he was the writer of Empire Strikes Back, and him and his son are like the writers for the Han Solo movie. And I think they had a lot to do with the Lord Miller departure, and I think they're really going to be the ones that are going to work closely with Ron Howard, because again, they don't have experience directing a big movie, but they do know the story, so they'll be brought in.
Also, how is Lord and Miller not like a duo band?
Lord and Miller.
It just sounds like a band, not a director duo.
I kind of like that they're a director duo. You don't see a lot of director duos.
You don't actually.
No. So, but they are being linked back to the Flash movie now. They're back with DC.
Once again, not hiring you.
Not hiring me. It's fine. It's fine. I understand. Me and Adam are a directing duo.
Yeah.
We direct. Right. We're offering to direct the Flash movie together for half the salary.
They know you're busy with Make Movies Great Again.
That's true. We're very, very busy with this podcast. So that's good, because I know they had some hand in writing it. Adam, right? Writing Flash?
What?
Did they?
Yeah, right. So I'm pretty sure they did the original script or treatment for the Flash, and then somehow they became detached. No, they did the original script or treatment. And then it had its original director, whoever that was, left. And then they had another director, and that person left. And each of those directors had writers to come in and tweak their original script.
So maybe they'll come back in and bring it back to its former glory.
Sounds like maybe they're tough to work with.
Maybe, baby.
And if they direct and write, they can't argue with themselves.
Sure.
But they can, because they're a duo. Anyways.
Hey, the Russos, the Russos are a hell of a directing duo.
And also the Wachowskis.
Wachowskis?
The guys who did the Matrix movies.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. They're
not the brothers anymore.
They're not the brothers anymore.
Yeah. But the Coen brothers?
Coen brothers. Oh, I guess there are more movie directing duos than we thought.
Bonus segment.
Brothers. Just call it Brothers. Or I mean, there's no. We need sister. We need sister director duos.
Yeah. Patty Jenkins
Does she have a sister? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I guess no. You just have to have a brother. It just has to be a team, a duo. I don't know why I thought brothers, because you said the Coen brothers.
We're going on a tangent.
We're going way on a
We're
tangent.
diving in.
Let's get into our main topic here. Movies from 1997. So like we said, it's our 20th episode, so we want to go back in time 20 years and talk about movies that happened in 1997.
Well, I'll do it for you. There we go. I was a little off.
Listen, we didn't do this on purpose, fellas. People who are listening to this. We had no idea how stacked 1997 was for movies.
So that brings up my first question. Before we get into it,
Yeah.
do you guys think it was stacked? Or,
Yes.
Or do you think, like,
It's biased.
nostalgia just took over?
No, I think it's stacked.
I think it's stacked, too.
Listen,
What about you, Adam?
A bit of both.
Bit of both? Okay.
Listen, so there's definitely some nostalgia in here, like a lot of nostalgia. But there's some solid numbers to back that up, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
So let's first go around the table and let's call out our top 5 favorite movies from 1997.
All right.
Sean, you want to go first?
I'll go first. All right. So I didn't go with. I did this a little differently. I went with, like, what would my 97 self
Go
think
see.
of this?
Okay.
Okay. Because that was, if I'm in the moment, that's what I want to see. Like, I like some of these other movies, and I won't name them in case you guys do, but I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Anyways, my 1997 self loved Men in Black.
Yes.
Yup.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
I went to a wedding that year, and my cousin and I were the Men in Black in our
The-
tuxedos. It was amazing.
The number 2 grossing movie of that year.
97?
Number
Not
2.
surprised. Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Very good.
Yep.
I
Also
brought
very
that movie home every day and popped it in VHS. I mean, every day after I bought that.
It's a
After school.
very underrated Jurassic Park.
Ah, it's great. Air Force One. I went through a big Harrison Ford 90s phase.
Of course.
I mean, what are they? Air Force One, and then there's like 2 other ones where he's like also the president or some shit. It's like
Well,
hilarious.
it's like 90% of them are in that supercut on YouTube. If you go on YouTube,
Yeah.
search Harrison Ford.
Where's my wife?
And 90% are those movies from the 90s.
Oh, it's
They're all the
unbelievable. Final 2 are comedies. Liar, Liar.
same. Such a good
I was watching
Such
the
a good
highlights of
one.
that show on the way over here, on that movie on the way over here.
Oh, it's so
Unbelievably packed. And then finally, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
good. Ooh, that's a solid one. That's a really
I
good
love that movie because when I went with a friend of mine, and his mother had no idea she thought it was another James Bond.
Really?
So we're like,
Oh, that's really funny.
what, 9 or whatever,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there with my friend's mom, and like those scenes, those naked scenes where they're like putting the like pineapples up just
Oh,
in
yeah,
time.
In the tent?
Yeah, or the tent.
Yeah, yeah,
but like
yeah.
when they're talking to the guy on the TV,
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
they're like
he's on
the
the
pouring
couch.
the tea.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's
yes.
classic.
Yep.
Anyways, I'll go over my one shout out after.
All right. Okay. Adam, you want to go next?
Sure.
Do we
No,
have-
you
All right.
go next.
All right,
you
I'll
go
go-
next.
I'll go
See if
next.
we need the same ones because so far I only have one double.
So, again, this was a stacked year for me. A big Nick Cage year as well.
Oh.
My first one is Con Air.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I would probably put it in my top 10. Maybe 15 to be a little more.
Cyrus the
realistic.
Virus.
Cyrus the Virus. I mean, a stacked cast like no other movie. I mean, this rivals Ocean's 11, 10, 12.
Yeah.
I mean, it rivals all those movies. Excellent movie. My second one on the list is Contact
Good movie.
Oh, with Jodie Foster.
with Jodie Foster.
That's
That
a
came out
great
in
movie.
'97.
Yeah.
Yep, 1997. I actually didn't see this in 97, but I did read the book back in the day, and I
Wow.
watched it right after when I found out that it was a movie. I didn't even know it was a
You
movie.
read the book first.
I read the book first.
After the movie came out.
Because someone told me, if you like sci-fi, read Contact. And
Yeah.
I was like, awesome. I read the book, and then I got to the end, and it said, see the movie starring Jodie Foster. And I'm like, when is this coming out? And I was like, oh, 7 years ago. Okay. So I saw Contact. Next one on my list, like I said, big Nick Cage year, Face Off.
Oh, yep. I got Face Off.
Face Off.
Yep.
An underrated comedy, Mouse Hunt,
Oh.
with Nathan Lane
yeah.
and Lee Evans. Lee Evans, I think his name is. It might not say that.
Is it Lee Evans?
I think so. The guy who's his buddy, Lee Evans or Evans Lee or something like that. I don't
Wait,
know.
why did I think it was? Why did I think it was Matthew Broderick?
No, because you're thinking
It
of
is
the producers.
Matthew Broderick, isn't it?
No, that's the producers.
Oh, you're right.
No, it's Lee Evans, I think his name is. Sean, confirm that.
Okay.
So, Mouse Hunt. If you guys remember Mouse Hunt,
Yep, Lee Evans.
terrific movie. Really funny, lots of heart, and a lot of funny scenes.
Yeah, it was.
So,
It was really good.
my favorite scene is, I think, when the father dies and they're arguing on the steps of the church and it's raining and the casket goes flying down the stairs and the body flies out and then goes right into the sewer and it makes like the noise that if you're blowing at the top of a jug makes. It's like, yeah, it's just, just like that.
Fits perfectly.
And my last one, number 5, Beverly Hills Ninja.
There it is.
Wow, I didn't even have that. I didn't even see that on
Beverly
there.
Hills
That's a
Ninja.
good one.
Great movie.
Oh man.
Another Spade, Chris Farley classic.
Yep. That's a good.
So Adam, what's your 5?
Okay, so I got doubled up on Jurassic Park
Yeah.
Okay.
2, and the Beverly Hills Ninja. I was hoping
Oh, okay.
when you missed it, so I could lay into you about it. So I got a couple of these are just like I'd call them guilty pleasures movies
Okay.
of mine. I loved all the ones that you guys listed. They're all classics in my book. But so I'll do my first two movies that if they're on television, my dad is watching them, and I love them too.
Okay.
The first one is The Edge, starring Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen that.
It's pretty good. It's this. So Anthony Hopkins is this zillionaire with a super hot wife, and Alec Baldwin is hooking up with her, and they crash their plane in the woods in like Alaska or something, and they're being hunted by a man-killing bear. And so it's these two dudes in the woods. They're like at odds with each other, trying to survive in the middle of nowhere against a bear.
I think I read that description. Like, I think I saw that movie and was like, this sounds like a crazy movie.
It is crazy.
What's it called again?
The Edge.
Okay.
The second one, which is another one of my dad's favorites, is called The Saint, starring Val Kilmer.
The Saint.
Don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Oh man, Val Kilmer is basically like a master of disguise spy person, and he has to help this woman who invented cold fusion in Russia. He has to help her protect the secret, and he does all these crazy disguises. It's an awesome
Wow,
movie.
man, we gotta
you-
throw these on our list.
Are you sure Steven Seagal's not in that movie as well? That sounds like a Steven Seagal movie.
No, he's not in it. But
What's this one called again?
The Saint.
The Saint. I'm putting these on the list.
Yeah, please put these on the movie list. The movie.
All right, I
list.
will. They're both really good. And let's see. So my next three are comedies that are that I know you guys know. These two: Jungle to Jungle. Tim Allen.
Excellent movie. I have it on my long list.
I didn't even see that. I didn't have that
Yep.
on my long list. That's a good one.
If we didn't mention that one, Derek might have come through the rank list.
That's a very good point.
Another movie I'm a sucker for is Leave It to Beaver.
Yep.
Oh.
Good one.
The one with Shooter McGavin in it.
Yes, of course.
That movie's really funny. It like the little kid is hilarious in it, and there's with Eddie Haskell gets me every time when they're running down the street and they fall in the fish. I love that part.
Yes.
And then finally another Derek favorite, The Sixth Man,
Oh.
Yep, that's a good movie.
Yep.
I'm telling you, stacked.
basketball movie.
Yep.
So a couple of under the radar ones that are favorites of mine.
I'm gonna quickly go through a couple more that I just want to point out that I think you guys would appreciate. Vegas Vacation,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gone Fishing with Joe Pesci and Danny Glover. Are
Okay.
you guys familiar?
No.
I used to abuse this movie at Major Video. When Adam had Frankenweenie, I would get Gone Fishing.
That's awesome.
A couple more, just a couple quick ones. Rocket Man,
Wow.
right? I'm telling you.
These aren't even on the list that I have.
And Donnie Brasco.
Holy sh! Let me go through some of my long list.
Okay, go for your.
Okay, obviously Blockbuster, Titanic,
Yeah.
whatever. Good Will Hunting.
Yep.
Didn't
Yep.
even mention it.
Yep.
Jackie Brown.
Yep. I have. Yep.
As Good as It Gets. Have you guys ever seen that?
Great movie.
Peak.
With,
Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson.
Angry.
Yep.
Peak. It's amazing. Fifth Element.
Yep.
These are ones that I would have done like if it was myself, if I didn't do it the way I did it. But Gross Point Blank.
And Adam.
Chasing Amy. Have you seen Chasing
Yeah,
Amy?
I've seen Chasing. That's a Kevin Smith classic.
Yep.
Adam, I'm surprised that neither one of us said Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I thought you guys definitely would have put that.
So, Batman and Robin actually, on IMDb, that was the most popular movie on this list.
Most popular?
It has the most reviews out of all these movies on IMDb.
Most reviews or best reviews?
So no, it's not best reviews. It's just I think it's the most popular, like most like chatted about on
I
IMDb.
see.
So the top 5 in that category are Batman and Robin, Titanic, Good Will Hunting, The Fifth Element, and Lolita, which I've never seen.
Lolita sounds familiar. I've never seen it.
Top of the box office, the top 10 of 1997. And I'm not going to go through the millions. That would take too long.
Yeah.
But number 1, Titanic. Number 2, Men in Black. Number 3, The Lost World. Number 4, Liar Liar. 5, Air Force One. 6, As Good as It Gets. Sean.
Nice.
7, Good Will Hunting. 8, My Best Friend's Wedding. Great movie as well. That's a guilty pleasure movie. 9, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pierce Brosnan makes the list. His second James Bond movie.
Second.
And 10, Face Off. Those are the top 10 box office, the big ones in the box office. We also have someone calling in to tell us their favorite movie from 1997. So we got some mail.
You've got some mail.
I will not believe that that's not your voice, Sean.
I thought it was. Every time it gets me.
There we go, voicemail.
Hi guys, this is Lindy, one of your biggest fans. I know you're talking about 1997 movies, so I couldn't help but call and obviously talk about Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion because that is the best. And you guys better talk about it. I hope one of you has seen it. If not, that should be your next movie because it's the best. My friends and I quote it all the time, and I just had to call in and let you know. So you're the best. Talk to you soon. Bye.
So Lindy constantly brings up Romeo and Michelle's high school reunions in the form of movie quotes.
Okay.
Probably as much as I bring up Saving Silverman quotes to her and she doesn't get it. So it's like the same thing. We both quote them to each other and we've never seen the movies.
Yep.
So I would like to, because Jen also likes this movie, right, Adam?
Loves it.
So we might have to somewhere in the future we might have to do a movie club with that and have Jen and Lindy join us on here and talk about why Romeo and Michelle High School Reunion is so good.
So, okay.
We
Never
gotta
seen
appeal
it.
to our female demographic.
Never seen it?
Have you seen it, Adam?
No, I haven't seen it.
You say it's out of our demographic?
No, we need to appeal to our female demographic.
Yes, we absolutely do. And it's called Romeo.
Romy.
Romy. R-O-M.
Girls never really high.
EY?
But
Romy.
now look, 2.
Girls.
Do it all the time. She's probably not that bad. She torched all my Neil Diamond albums. You're right. She's a monster.
Yeah, right.
Hey, so I just wanted to pile on here. So, well, first of all, Lindy, thanks for calling in.
Yes,
and
thank you so much.
We'll watch it. We'll get it on the list. But I wanted to pile on here about some other movies that came out in '97. I'm looking through it too that we didn't mention. George of the Jungle.
Yep.
Air Bud.
Yeah, the first one.
Flubber.
Flubber is a good
Flubber,
one.
yep.
Home Alone 3.
Home Alone 3
Good
is-
Bird.
Good Burger.
Yeah, Good Burger too. Yep.
And there was one more I saw. Hercules.
Yep.
Boogie
Sean,
Nights.
I think we talked about this on the podcast once before, but Gross Point Blank also came out this year.
Yeah.
Which is a great. Why can't I think of his name now? Who's the actor?
Now I can't because you can't. It's all your fault.
God damn it.
Hold on.
John
hold on.
Cusack.
John Cusack.
Great John Cusack movie. Another movie that came out this year, another Pierce Brosnan movie that came out this year, was Dante's Peak.
Uh-huh.
I've always had this weird thing with Hollywood and releasing movies the same year with the same exact premise. They've done it a couple times.
Oh, it's crazy.
So this year they released Dante's Peak, which is about a killer volcano.
Yeah.
They also released Volcano.
Yeah.
Okay. A few years later, no, actually, 1 year later, in 1998, they released Armageddon, and also in the same year released Deep Impact. We talk about Deep Impact twice. But is that not weird?
It's It's crazy, and I think it's because one studio hears another one doing a movie, and they want to like kind of grab some of the funds.
Okay.
Another one for you: Ants and A Bug's Life.
Same year.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
Wow. See, that's crazy. And this was I remember this was the first time that I realized that. I was like, Dante's Peak and Volcano. Well, first of all, I prefer Dante's Peak because obviously Pierce Brosnan is in it.
Yeah.
And he's a badass in that movie. But I just think that's weird. And I looking through this list, I was like,
Yeah.
that's right.
1998, Bug's Life and Ants.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah, it must be that. It must be the studios catching wind of them doing the similar premise, and they just like jump on it.
Yeah.
So.
Hold on. I might have another one.
I guess
for
like the modern day version of that is just everybody doing superhero movies.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. This was a year apart, but I still felt like it was the same thing. Gravity and Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
They were about 8 months apart or so, but like different years.
Space.
But yeah, but
Space is hot.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how they do that. But I just want to say thanks for calling in, Lydia. I heard a definite request
to
on
watch
that
Romeo and
to
Michelle.
watch it as one of our next movies. So
Okay.
that should definitely be one of them. We're developing quite a list. And then before I move on, did you guys ever see Princess Mononoke?
Never.
Which is, if Tom was listening, would be dying. He loves that movie. It's anime.
He just yelled and said yes.
Did he? Did he yell? He can hear us?
Yeah.
Animal. I knew he'd know that one. But I'm pretty sure he's the one that told me to watch it. But it's a good one. I put it on the list as well, so it'll be down the line.
I think I might have to. I think I recall Tom talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get into what are we watching. Adam, I see you changed my suggestion for what you were watching.
Yeah, I didn't get around to seeing what was that again?
I think it was Hard Cocks Volume 3. Was it 3
Yeah,
or 4?
I only got done with 1 and 2.
All right.
But I did, in honor of the 35th anniversary of John Carpenter's The Thing, watched it again last night. Love that movie. I don't know. I know you've seen it, Matt. Sean, I don't know if you have.
I've seen it in bits. It's
okay.
travesty. I need to see it.
It's an
Actually, I
amazing-
saw it on DVD on my parents' house the other day, and I wanted to grab
They
it
have
and
it?
take it home. Yeah, they have it on
You
DVD,
got-
so I
you
need to
gotta
watch
grab
it.
You
But
gotta grab it. It's a masterpiece. I was talking to Adam last night about it. I mean,
The practical effects are amazing. The score is so simple, and it adds so much to the movie. And you know what? Like, it just dives right in.
yeah.
It just dives right into the movie, and yeah, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble describing it, but it's just like it's like an hour and 45 minutes, and it doesn't it's not slow. Something's always developing in the story, and then I was thinking about because they did a reboot prequel in 2011, and I was thinking I couldn't help to think about that while I was rewatching the one from the 80s. And I feel like I need to go back and watch the reboot prequel again. Maybe I'll have a greater appreciation for it with the fresh in my mind. But sorry, go ahead.
Was the prequel well received,
I don't think so.
or did they remake it, or is it the prequel that I'm thinking of? I definitely haven't seen that.
Wait, the one with what the hell's her name?
Oh yeah,
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
that's the one I'm talking about. So that was a prequel. That wasn't a
That's
remake.
a prequel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It was a prequel. So, Sean, this is like the first scene in the movie.
Yeah.
So this helicopter is chasing a husky in Antarctica, and they end up at an American base, and it's 2 Norwegian men, and they have a gun, and they're trying to shoot this husky, and they both die. And so the Americans investigate, what's wrong with these guys? Did they go crazy? They haven't been out here that long. So they go to their camp and see all this shit at their camp, and they start putting clues together, and then all hell breaks loose when this thing comes around.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so the prequel is what happens at this Norwegian camp.
Oh, I see.
Right, like the last scene in the prequel is the first scene of the original.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's the gold standard for practical effects.
It is.
It's absolutely the movie that everybody like when you do practical effects, you're like it's as good as The Thing. Like that's what the bar is set at. It's The Thing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and it's a I could watch it again and again and again, and it never gets old, or any less suspenseful. You know what's coming.
Yeah.
And it's like still scary as hell. So, I went out this week. Adam, is that it? You just watched The Thing this week? Besides your movie club?
That's all I got in my homework.
I went out and saw Transformers the last night. I also saw Pirates. I won't talk about Pirates as much because I really enjoyed Pirates, and I thought that it was a great addition to the series. I thought that it could probably just be put right in as 4, and 4 could just kind of be like an offshoot, because this one brings back all the original characters and whatnot, but again, I won't get too far into that. Transformers the last night, however, I'm still processing it. I'm processing the last night more than I'm processing Mulholland Drive right now still. I'm not, and I went into the last night knowing about Dream State after Sean gave us that nice little lesson during the Mulholland Drive episode, and surrealism, and honestly, Michael Bay is out of his fucking mind with this one. I loved every second of it, but it was just so insane.
Yeah.
If you thought that Robot Heaven was weird in Transformers 2,
Yeah.
then this movie, like, out the gate, is absolutely bizarre. First of all, Anthony Hopkins steals the show, and I'm pretty sure that they handed him the script and was like, here's what your character's going to say, and he was like, hey, thanks for the suggestion, but I'm just going to wing it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
But it was in an amazing way.
Yeah.
It was just like, so like, you know what, I've never really been in a movie like this, so maybe I'll just take it over the edge.
That's awesome.
So there's that. Mark Wahlberg wasn't spectacular, but also he wasn't at all the focus of this movie. He isn't. It was about the Transformers. Although, I shouldn't call them Transformers anymore, because they don't transform.
No?
They don't transform anymore. They're just robots. It's just Robot Wars. That's what this is.
That's what this is.
It's just robot. Again, it's not a bad
Yeah, you were saying Optimus Prime transforms literally once.
Optimus Prime transforms once, and you don't even see it. It's off screen. That's once. He's a robot the entire time, and then, spoiler alert, one of the last scenes, he transforms into the semi pickup truck, and it's like in a cloud of smoke, and he drives out of the cloud of smoke, and that's when he transforms. The only time. Bumblebee, you can count on your one hand how many times he transforms. Hot Rod, who I thought was going to be a huge part of this movie, one of my favorite Transformer characters from the original TV show, and I mean all the way through like Beast Wars and whatnot. So underutilized, which was disappointing, but still he was awesome. And he has like a French accent in this one. Which is kind of interesting.
Hot Rod?
He's like, yeah, Hot Rod. He's Anthony Hopkins' like personal car. But also Anthony Hopkins has a personal robot butler.
Oh.
So there's that. Who kills people. So there's that. There was, the usual, there's a hot chick in it. It's like it's the usual Transformers Michael Bay formula.
Right.
Lots of explosions, hot chick, good looking guy, that whole thing. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. He says this is it, but I can't imagine that's the truth, because this is the first one that actually set up for another one.
Yeah.
Like all the other movies, kind of like you can be like, okay, it's over, but this one actually set up for another one. So I don't know. So yeah, Transformers the last night.
I think the last one I saw was the second one.
With Robot Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How many more have there been?
This is the fifth one.
This is the fifth.
It's the fifth.
Okay.
It's the second one with Mark Wahlberg.
Because he was in the third one.
He was in the third he was in the fourth and fifth one. Shia LaBeouf was in 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
And Shia LaBeouf was mentioned in this one.
Witwicky?
Witwicky. Sam Witwicky was was mentioned in this one as a picture of him.
Ah.
And he's mentioned as like one of the descendants of someone in one of that storyline.
Right.
Descendants of someone ancient. And also, I don't know the actor's name, and I wish I had looked it up beforehand, but he plays the villain. Adam, you haven't seen them either. You haven't seen the other one with Mark Wahlberg?
I did. I saw it with you. Thanks a lot.
Did you?
I always forget that.
Wait, all right, so now I need to verify that this is actually the movie. What's the movie where they have Megatron's head and they start making other Transformers from it? That's the fourth one, right, with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the guy that runs that company, the bald guy?
Stanley Tucci.
Yes!
Stanley Tucci? Yeah.
Okay, Stanley Tucci. He is Merlin in this one.
Oh, you're saying they recasted
They
him?
recasted him as Merlin.
What?
Yeah, it's really funny, and I guess I have to verify that. So anybody, if people say I'm wrong, but he has this giant beard and like a big hat on the whole time, so you don't really know. But I could tell it was him. Sean, you want to fact check me on that?
Yeah.
I'm calling my shot now, and if this one doesn't hit, then I have another strong case in movie club that I want to talk about. But yeah. So,
okay, so yeah, he does play Merlin.
Yes. Okay, and he is in the fourth one, right? He's in Age of Extinction.
I think so.
Came out in 2013, I think.
It's called Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look it up.
Sean, what are you watching?
The Gong Show.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that?
I know what The Gong Show is, and I've seen the previews for it. I think there's one hilarious part that I'm sure you're going to touch on that I want to talk about.
In the new one?
Yeah.
You seen the new one? Or no, you haven't?
I've seen previews for it.
So I don't know. I laughed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Molly and I were dying laughing. There's only one where we didn't, is because the woman was putting a spider in her mouth. But
what is it on?
Huh? ABC.
Okay.
It's on ABC, and it's produced by Will Arnett, and he's also one of the judges.
Okay.
Ken Jeong is another one.
Yep.
And the other one is Zach Galifianakis.
The judge. All the time they're the same judges?
All three of them. Well, okay, I only saw the first episode, and I don't know if they're in more, but I know Will Arnett's in a few, I think. Have you guys seen... Yes, Stanley Tucci's in Age of Extinction.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Zach Galifianakis recently?
No.
Adam, have you seen him?
No, does he look bad?
No.
It was good?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen
Like, skinny, he's got the flow going, the nice beard. It's wild. Like, it's not Hangover. I mean, good for him.
I'm looking him up right now.
I even tried finding pictures, and it's not even, like, this recent, I don't think.
Huh.
Like, it's on Hulu, if you have a chance to watch that.
I see him.
It's on Hulu,
Yeah,
but
he looks different.
I mean, it's just crazy, but it's hilarious. I mean, people spitting bananas in each other's mouths, and the premise of the Gong Show, it was making fun of other talent shows.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of shitty talents and a few good ones sprinkled in, but then it's some arbitrary rating system that the judges give out. But if they don't get through their act, it's because the people went up and hit the gong and they have to leave the stage. But the acts are hilarious, and the judges' reactions are so funny.
So now you haven't said it yet. What I thought you were gonna say.
Mike Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Myers plays the host, but he doesn't play Mike Myers.
But he doesn't play Mike Myers, and he's not billed anywhere as Mike Myers, right? He's just
He's listed as Mike Myers as himself. But
oh, really?
On the show,
he's
I can't remember what he calls himself, but he's basically, it seems like Austin Powers' dad.
That's so funny.
Like, he's like, "Hello, you crazy monkeys," or something. I don't know. Like, he's talking to the audience.
Is he impersonating somebody, like an old host?
I guess, like, but maybe like a caricature of old hosts, and he has like some bad, punny, fun, like, one-liner before every act or whatever.
I see Zach Galifianakis now on the Gong Show.
It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Yeah, it looks totally different.
Good for him though. Anyways, check it out. It's on Hulu. It's like 42 minutes long, and it's just kind of a funny little show. It's really funny.
Cool.
Anyways, that's what I'm watching.
All right, so I think that's it for this episode. We went a little bit long, but we're gonna get right into our movie club episode right now. But we want to make an announcement. If you made it this far, you're one of the lucky ones.
Oh.
So this week, Baby Driver by Edgar Wright is coming out, and earlier this year, I went to South by Southwest, and I was lucky enough to see the first cut of Baby Driver. And as I left, they were handing out signed posters, only to a few. I think it was only to 100 people. So I was one of the first people to leave. And I grabbed the poster, a signed poster by Edgar Wright, a Baby Driver signed poster. So if you want to win this poster, we're doing a giveaway. Go to our Twitter at MakeMoviesGreat. It's going to be pinned at the top, so you got to like it. And you have to retweet it. You have to retweet it and you have to follow us. Now,
you can also like it.
You can like it if you want to. But all you have to do is follow us, and you have to retweet the pinned post. It's going to be a picture of Sean holding the poster and a picture of it on a coffee table.
That may not be Sean.
It may not be Sean.
Maybe somebody else.
Maybe it's somebody else.
Remember to follow, though. If you don't follow, we can't DM you.
In order for us to pick the winner, we got to be able to match your retweet to you following us. That's how we're going to pick our winner. And we're going to pick our winner on July 9th, right the day before we film our episode 21 of Make Movies Great Again. So check that out. And also, we're going to be on, I'm going to be on the Backseat Directors podcast this week for Baby Driver. So check that out. Search that on iTunes. And I'm also going to announce the giveaway on there. So good luck. And
Question, Matt.
Yes.
Can we enter if we're on the Make Movies Great Again podcast? I'm asking for not me.
You're asking for me?
I'm asking for Chase.
Hey, you know what?
No.
You can put your name in there, but I'm not going to pick it.
You should definitely follow us, Adam.
I do follow us.
No, to answer your question, we cannot win.
We cannot win. People who call in can win. Our fans can win, Adam.
Film Fam can win.
The Film Fam. Hashtag Film Fam.
As long as they retweet and follow.
Exactly. So that's it for this week, folks. And remember, some people can't believe in themselves until someone else believes in them first. That's it for this week, folks. We'll see you at the movies. Right there. The Make Movies Great Again is filmed in front of a live studio audience.